Hello everybody, and welcome back. I figured it's been a while. You might know me from my water reviews. I reviewed a water some 2 years ago. I figured I was gonna be festive, and I was gonna do something fun for the holidays. I decided to review a great holiday drink, eggnog. Now, of course, all of this is non-alcoholic eggnog, despite the fact that two of these brands are made by Jack Daniels, which is a noted bourbon brand, but trust me, no alcohol is involved here. Eggnog, just a little bit about the history of eggnog. It's also called milk punch. It was used a lot in, I think, England to toast to good spirits back in like the 1800s. When people would, things like milk, eggs, they were a sign of the wealthy. So they'd mix them together and toast to good health. Eggnog, it's a really interesting drink. It's made traditionally. You got your cream, you've got whipped egg whites, egg yolk, which gives it a really frothy flavor, and of course the star. Sugar, of course, and the star is nutmeg. Nutmeg gives that a really nice flavor. There's also, there's also origins in Venezuela, I believe, it's called ponche crema, which is sort of like eggnog, but it has like rum or something along those lines. And it was from like the 1800s. But anyway, I'm going to be reviewing some eggnog, and I'm really excited. All right, so I'll start down the line. I'm going to be pouring some stuff here. So this is vanilla spice eggnog. It's ultra pasteurized. It's got milk, cream, high fructose corn syrup again, some egg yolk, natural and artificial flavors, which is always I love to see that. every time I see that, that's a great ingredient. Natural and artificial flavors. Carrageenan, mono and diglycerides, salt, and disodium phosphate. Contains meg's milk. Okay. So I'm going to be reviewing this one. This is vanilla spice eggnog. Like this pour shot. Oh god, that's a lot of eggnog. Eggnog's it's a pretty rich drink, so I gotta watch how much I pour this stuff. Alright? So this is gonna be a toast. This is the first selection. Wow. I really love eggnog. In case it's not clear already. I don't understand people. People tell me all the time, like, I hate eggnog. How do you drink this stuff? And I just say, man, I sleep at night. I get up in the morning every day because of eggnog. It's a beautiful thing. So what this has is it's got the vanilla taste. You can taste the spices. It's got the cinnamon, and that blends really well together with the nutmeg. So it's a really spicy, sweet taste. And then you still have the richness that is found in a ton of different eggnogs, it's just it's got great mouthfeel. That's what I love in eggnog. You get this really creamy, this really nice mouthfeel. I like creamy sort of mouthfeel, yeah? Really good. Super, super good. Southern Comfort Vanilla Spice Eggnog. Highly enjoyable experience. All right, we got TJ Lee Dairy since 1925, half a gallon. It's got a nice friendly picture there. It's got some guar gum, carrageenan, turmeric, and annatto for the color. I don't know why you would add turmeric for the color. That's interesting. Got some high fructose corn syrup, which I love to do. It's by a company, Dean Foods in Dallas, Texas. Well, I'm gonna pour some. It's got the friendly half a gallon here. Best by 1223. I just love nutmeg. Nutmeg's a really underrated spice. I don't know where nutmeg originated at, Let's try this one. Here's a toast. toast to nutmeg. I don't like that one as much. I don't know what they did to it. The problem with nutmeg, not nutmeg, I'm sorry. The problem with eggnog is if they mix in the ingredients like wrongly, if you don't get the proper proportion, it can have sort of a chemical-y taste, you know? Because if you add like too much nutmeg to something, then it starts getting like really odd. Maybe it was too much carrageen and turmeric. It just tastes like penning, you know? I don't know how penning tastes, but that's how I imagine penning would taste. Like, you know, you get too much of the nutmeg in there, it's more like penning to me. Not a fan of that one, man. Alright, we got all natural eggnog from Homestead Creamery. Might be asking yourself, like, how is this Christmassy? It's like really sunny outside. I ask myself the same question every day. How is this Christmassy? It's no snow on the ground here. It's like 75 degrees outside. No deposit required. Shake well before using. I'll give it a shake. It's from Burnt Chimney, Virginia. I love, I haven't been to Virginia, I don't think. Burnt Chimney is a great town name. Whoever came up with that. Our farms provide the freshest milk and thick cream to be combined with only the finest eggnog ingredients to bring you this delicious holiday treat. And they have a Bible quote on here, which says, quote, "And the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all things that they had heard and seen, as it was told unto them." So this is really, according to the branding here, this is supposed to be some divine eggnog. This is brought down by the heavens. This is truly manna in liquid form. Oh, lovely. It's got a cool bottle. I really like this bottle. This bottle is super cool. I love glass bottles. I love when you get to the packaging and it's really interesting. I think I complained about the packaging last time when I did my water review because like the water bottle was like indented, so you had, and like the label was like on the inside of the indentation, so you had to look through the water to see like what it was. That is some really dumb packaging. Whoever did the packaging of that deserves to be like fired, right? They didn't do their job. And ready for this pop? It's gonna be a good pop. Ooh, look at that. All right, another toast eggnog. Cool glass bottle. It's really hot in the sweater. I bought this at like TJ Maxx. This skin is super hot. It's like really sunny out here. Like this sweater is absolutely abhorrent, by the way. It's like, it says what's it say? Like son of a nutcracker? I don't know. I think this is from that one Will Ferrell movie, Elf. I don't find Will Ferrell to be funny at all. But anyway, toast to eggnog. Oh, that's great. That's really good. It's got the right amount of like, with eggnog, you're always going to get the creaminess. If you're really like into some creamy, rich stuff, eggnog's for you. You know, those whipped egg whites, super good. I don't even like eggs that much, really. I mean, the thing is, it's like eggs in one context are alright, eggs in another context are not. Like deviled eggs, you know, I host a lot of house parties, right? A lot of dinner parties. I love a dinner party. In fact, most of my motivation for anything in life is so I could tell it as a story at a dinner party. That's just a fact. I love dinner parties. If I'm going to go out and do something, someone's like, hey, you gotta do this. And I think to myself, what are the likelihoods I could tell this as a story at my next dinner party? That's like my motivation for anything in life. What was I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. I got lost here. Something. Oh yeah, if you like creamy, rich stuff, eggnog's for you. Oh yeah, dinner parties, deviled eggs. Deviled eggs at dinner parties, like an absolutely trash hors d'oeuvre. The hors d'oeuvres are an essential part of, if you want a good dinner party, you have to get exquisite hors d'oeuvres, right? And if you get deviled eggs, I'm sorry, but your dinner party, it's just bad. It's just bad. Unless you got some really cool stories at your dinner party, then I might be interested. But still, deviled eggs, bad context. Yeah, I'm mixed on eggs. I have a love-hate relationship with eggs, but eggnog, I love me some eggnog. And this is like creamy, it's rich, it's the right kind of stuff, right? But it's not too much penning. Like when you're, like whoever did this, they put too much penning. Like they mixed it in together with the xanthan gum and the cornstarch and the carrageenan or whatever the hell this is. You just mix it in there too much, and then it starts to come off a little too artificial, you know? And this stuff, this is like, you still get the nutmeg flavor that you like a lot, but it's not too artificial. It's not too much penning. Very, very solid. Very, very solid. We got from the same brand, we got Southern Comfort, traditional eggnog. By the way, if you're wondering why this isn't as rushed as my water review, well, let me tell you why. So on my water review, I did 3 takes. First take was like 20 minutes long. Second take was like 6 minutes long. And third take was like 3.5 minutes long. 3 minutes, 28 seconds, to be exact, right? And the thing was, it's like, I only created that video to like send to people, yeah? So I was gonna like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna send this to people. But then I figured out you can't send like 20-minute videos over iMessage for whatever reason. So I had to frantically do that. I got like 13 bottles of water I was going after. Now, I was gonna get more versions of eggnog, but the problem is like, can you get tired of drinking water? I don't think you can get tired of drinking water, but I can tell you, you can get tired of drinking nothing, like, you can get tired of drinking eggnog. If you drink too much eggnog, I mean, you're passed out there. You know, I don't wanna overdo it, right? Plus, this stuff is like way more expensive than water. And then the storage thing, like how am I supposed to store this, you know? I don't know, there's all questions for that. So I think I'm gonna upload this on YouTube as like an unlisted video maybe. Yeah, this is from, by the way, next eggnog is Southern Comfort. This is their traditional version. This other one was the vanilla spice one, which I really liked. This one, see it says non-alcoholic. It's got some milk, some cream, natural and artificial flavors, of course. Annatto and turmeric for color. I really, is it more like a yellowish color? I think it's for. This is distributed in, I think, Linfield and Maine. I don't know, I have mixed opinions on Maine. You know, it's not as, like, the forest there. All right, but if you ever been to, like, Plattsburgh, they got some great forests up there. They don't even put, like, the Plattsburgh forests, they're way up there. Maine forests, they're like mid-tier level forests. They got some mid-tier wilderness in Maine. Plant stamped on top. Partially produced with genetic engineering. I didn't even notice that. Is there anything on here? Yeah, they're partially produced with genetic engineering. That's interesting. This one, here says the farms that supply our milk and cream for this product have pledged not to inject their cows with milk production hormones. So we'll see. Which is better? Which is better tasting, the genetically modified stuff or the non-genetically modified stuff? I'm interested. I'm going to be honest, the genetically modified stuff for the vanilla spice one, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. So, I mean, I'm sorry to all the chickens and cows who have like genetic injections and who are like suffering in like these giant factory farms. But let me tell you, if it's for the sake of eggnog, I mean, I don't know. That's a difficult moral situation to be in, yeah? All right, toast to eggnog. That's really good. That is really good. You know, traditionally when you're talking about an aftertaste is something where it's like, if you have some mouthwash or whatever, if you could like specialize mouthwash for like gum care or something, or just mouthwash in general, that's when you're saying about talk about an aftertaste. You taste that and it's like an aftertaste, or maybe sometimes you even get this with some types of tea. The aftertaste is usually bad, and that's a reason to stay away. This is a great aftertaste. This is like one of the few times I'm saying, yeah, like it's got a good aftertaste, you know? It's pretty traditional. I feel like it's like creamier than the other ones for some reason. And I think like I think the spice blend here might be like slightly overpowering in the vanilla spice one, but this one it still has sort of the same like sweetness and like flavor, I would say, but it doesn't have the spices in here. I think this one's really good. It's definitely a leader so far. Let's see here. We have Horizon Organic with their famous logo of a cow jumping over the earth for some reason. It's got grade A non-fat organic milk. Oh my god, this is so hot, man. Oh, so hot. So hot outside. Ah! Oh, okay, it's got some cane sugar. When I was in Colombia one time, I went to a cane sugar plantation. You know, sugar cane is pretty cool. You know, they got these giant machetes and they're chopping it down. It's like chopping it up, chopping the machete. Oh, man. I love to go back to some sugar cane plantations. Those things are amazing. It's got egg yolks, tapioca starch. I've heard of that somewhere. Locust bean gum, gallon gum. So we got different types of gum in here, which is great. Vitamin A palmitate. We'd love to hear from you. There's a phone number you could call. I don't know what. I don't know what I'd be calling this company about, maybe, but hey, it's fine. That's fine. Oh, I gotta shake this. Yeah, who's gotta shake the eggnog? I'm pretty sure I haven't shaked all of this eggnog. Made without GMOs, even our cows eat organic. By the way, organic food, absolutely major marketing scam, by the way. Just as a heads up. Organic food is trash. It's made just so they could get the markup. And GMOs, honestly, I know they get a bad rap, but you know, GMOs honestly aren't that bad. I've done some research into GMOs. Like everybody's like, oh, these damn GMOs, they're destroying or something. I think GMOs are pretty cool. We've been like genetically modifying crops for literally since the dawn of agriculture. So I don't know why they get a bad rap. Let's see here. I can make French toast with eggnog, I guess. Eggnog French toast. That's cool. Made without GMOs, even our cows eat organic. We raise our cows humanely. Don't use antibiotics or growth hormones. Now this stuff I'll agree with. Antibiotic resistance is a major problem. If you're talking about one of the underrated problems facing humanity, like if you ever talk about that, you ever talk to someone and they're like, oh yeah, it's climate change, oh, it's automation, AI is going to kill us all or whatever. Antibiotic resistance is actually super, super deadly, right? So antibiotic resistance, you know, it's like, because in a lot of first world countries, they'll keep prescribing antibiotics, like doctors will prescribe antibiotics when you don't really need antibiotics. So something like an ear infection, I think in most cases you don't need antibiotics for. And a lot of the stuff we use for antibiotics in like cows and chickens and a lot of our farming industry, they pump these with antibiotics. Now what happens is in the meat and in the products of that, the sort of antibiotics are still there. But sometimes, like, there are viruses that are becoming resistant to our antibiotics. So the viruses, because we're pumping them with so many, these viruses are gaining, like, they're adapting quicker and evolving quicker than we could even make, like, stronger antibiotics. So what you could happen is like, a virus or like a bacteria could become so resistant to, I said virus, but a bacteria could become so resistant to any form of antibiotics that it could cause like super plague and like super disease or whatever, right? I mean, so that's a major problem. So you got to tone down on the prescription of antibiotics for like farm animals and even just generally. But that's it. On a side note, I really love these recipes on the side. I find that so cool. I know it's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna add a recipe, but it makes me feel so special. You know, you just see, oh, they took the time and effort to put a recipe on there that I can have later. Anyway, toast to some eggnog. Oh. You know, I was wrong. It's not penning, it's bubble gum. It's like pink bubble gum, like the original bubble gum flavor. I think if you put too much nutmeg or you mix it wrong, you get too much pink bubble gum. Like that flavor, just imagine that, but mixed with like cream. That's what you get if you mix this wrong. This is an example of it mixing it wrong. It's like too much bubblegum flavor, and it creates like a slurry, a pink bubblegum cream slurry. Doesn't sound too appealing. Yeah, this one's utter garbage. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, no GMOs? Okay, buddy. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna front. The GMOs ones, they taste a lot better. This stuff, trash. I'll do my ranking system now. Okay. I'll put, this one is definitely last. This one is like awful. This one's fourth. I remember that being trash. I'm gonna try this one again, because that's the only one I'm confused on. I think there's a clear winner, personally, but I'll pour myself some extra try. Starting getting like lightheaded here, drinking too much eggnog. I'm telling you, it's like this is a lot of eggnog, man. It's like a sugar crash in like 2 seconds here. That one's, I think there's more complexity in the flavor of that one. So I'm gonna rank this one third. That was the early favorite. They blew a 3-1 lead, like the 2007 Lakers against the Steve Nash-led Phoenix Suns. Hey, if I ever get the time, let me tell you all about Boris Diaw's contribution to the 2007 Phoenix Suns. Let me tell you about that. That's a story for another day. I love telling people about that. Boris Diaw and Robert Covington, man, I could talk about them all day. I'll give this one's second place for me. I think that one's good. And number one is GMOs. GMOs reign supreme. This traditional eggnog, number one for me. So there's the ranking. 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. This one's non-GMOs, and that one's pretty good. This one is pro-GMOs, and it's better. This one's non-GMOs. It's like legitimately garbage. I think this one's also pretty bad too. These are both are bubblegum slurries because they put too much nutmeg. These three are really good, but if you want to buy one, in my opinion, you got to go with Southern Comfort. You got to go with this one. They're both excellente. All right, that's it. Oh, it's too much eggnog. All right, hold on, I gotta turn it off. Yeah. Da 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 da.